Another video for you guys, showing you guys how to do the all keys loss on an Acura TL. Basically, Joe has, we're doing it in Joe's car. I gave him a replacement key. This is going to be a replacement master key for his master key that he has, because his master key, it wore down on the sides. So we went to the dealer. Matthew cut him a new key, a new dealer key for him. This is the old one that wore down. As you can see, the sides wore down a lot. And then this is the new one. This is the aftermarket one. I'll put a link in the description for these. You can get probably 2 of these for like $10 on Amazon. So what I'm going to do is, what I had just learned the other day is that you can delete all keys. So that's what I'm going to do is delete all the keys and then make a new master key, which is going to be this one, and then be adding another key within probably another week or two to the vehicle. So right now I'm just going to go to service, mobilizer, Acura. So right now the key is cut. So this is enough to turn the ignition just to give the car power. So right now I'm just going to put it in the ignition, turn it to the second position. Not the one dot, the 2 lines here. And you see the light is blinking. That means that the key is not programmed to the ignition. Alright, so right now I'm just going to go to system selection. Right now it's establishing a connection with the vehicle. And USA. There's been a lot of updates to this thing. Like, this thing it's been great. Even all the updates that it's been getting, it's able to do more and more and more. Every update, it's able to do more and more and more for the vehicle. So you got a hot function. It says ill code keys. We went through that already. And then it'll pop up on the screen. It'll say 3rd gen immobilizer. Yes. It's for 3rd generation Acura TLs, and then the 4th generation is the one after that, and then the other one is a TLX. So we have special functions. So we have system, check number of keys, add or delete keys, replace a mobilizer unit. Replacing the mobilizer unit, you can program a new unit. You can replace the ECU in the car and rewrite for the new ECU. You can do that, and you can replace the VSA modulator and everything. So that's like under the hood, you can reprogram that also. So these are all new things that they added. So right now what I'm going to do is add and delete keys. Okay, so this function is necessary registration for registering new keys or deleting registered keys. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we only have one working key, but it gives the car a hard time to start. So what it does is that it turns off and then turns on, and then you got to keep cranking it a lot of times in order for the car to start. It's not the starter or anything, because it replaced the starter. So it was definitely this, took it to a place, and then you notice that the sides were grinded down and wore down the key a lot, so that's why it wasn't started. So we got a new fresh key here, so just going to program that. So what we're going to do is we're going to consider all lost keys. So this function is necessary for registering all keys, and it's basically going to erase all the keys on the vehicle right now. So he was like, how many keys do you want to register? So I want to register 1 key. Turn ignition switch off. Turn ignition switch on. Put it to the second position. Turn ignition switch off within 16 seconds, so it's off. Turn ignition switch on within 14 seconds without taking out the key. Turn ignition switch off. Turn ignition switch on. Is the mobilizer light turned out? Yes, it is. It's the green blinking key light that sits here on the dash. That light went out. So I'm going to put yes, that it did go out. So it says turn ignition switch off. Let me get this to focus. Turn it back on. The register of the keys have been completed. Turn ignition switch off. Check all keyless access remotes to make sure they all work. Turn the ignition switch on. And that's it. So this was the new key that was programmed to the vehicle. That was all lost, keys lost. So basically, I didn't need any key to program a master key to the vehicle. So basically what I'm going to do now is put the key in ignition and start it. As you can see, the blinking light for the key will go out, showing that the key is registered to the ignition. And it started up the vehicle. Key is good to go. Now, the other keys, like this is the new one here. Okay, so then we have the old one here. This one, when you delete it, you can actually reprogram it back to the vehicle again. So what I'm going to do is reprogram this back to the vehicle, even though it was deleted, so it won't start the vehicle. So what I'm going to do is put this in ignition and show you that it doesn't work. So you're going to see the light. It's going to keep popping up on the dash. See that blinking? That means that the key is not registered to the vehicle. And it won't start the car. You see it cranks, but it cuts out. And it cuts out. That means that this key is not programmed to the vehicle anymore. So what I'm going to do is, I made a new master key, and I'm going to program this key to the vehicle right now. So I'm just going to add this one in. Even though you had it programmed before, it deleted all the keys. Now I'm just going to reprogram. You can reprogram a used key that was deleted from a vehicle. So right now I'm just going to put the key in ignition, the old one, put it to the second position. Now we're going to program this one in. So I'm going to click on add one key. Okay, so it's saying I got to use a registered key. So what I'm going to do is use this key, the master key, the new master key. Turn the ignition on with the original key, with the master key, the new master key that I just made. Okay. Turn the ignition switch off. Turn it on. Turn the ignition switch off. Put the new key. So I'm taking this one out, the master key that I programmed. Now I'm putting the old key back in. Within 15 seconds, put the key back, turn the ignition on. Turn the ignition off. Within 15 seconds, turn the ignition on. Within 11 seconds without turning the key off. So the key light is blinking. Now you turn the ignition switch on. Now you turn it on. And now it's adding the key to the vehicle. And the mobilizer light went out for the key. Did the mobilizer light turn off? You look at the dash, the green light. The key light is gone. Switch the ignition off. Now turn the ignition on with the key that has just been programmed. Okay, so I turned the ignition on. I almost started it by mistake. Just needed to turn it on. The registration of keys has been completed. Now turn the ignition switch off. Turn the ignition switch on. Check all keyless access remotes. Turn the ignition. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna try this one, which didn't start the car before. I'm gonna put it in there. As you can see, I'm gonna take the key out, put it back in the ignition, and you see that the light blinks and then goes out. That means that it's programmed now. So now it works. It'll start the car. So that'll work. It'll start the vehicle. This one's good. And then the master key right now. Start up the vehicle perfectly fine. So now he has two keys now. And you were able to reprogram the old key that he had that was, you know, all keys lost from the vehicle. Because I had a customer that came the other day, he had a Honda Pilot, which had got repoed. And what had happened was he had got the vehicle back, but he refused to give them the keys when the vehicle got repoed. So they erased all the keys and made a new master key. So when he finally paid to get the car back, he had the two keys that, you know, the OEM keys that he wanted to get programmed. So, you know, I just reprogrammed them back to the vehicle and he was good to go. And he was happy to the Honda Pilot. It was a 2013, I think. Yeah. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Get to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thanks.